Standard deviation. Yesterday we practiced group data, so today we'll take up with discrete and continuous. Look at page number 149. Two questions I am doing on the board, then one you will try on your own. Page 149, exercise 4.4. Question number 3. 3 and 5 I'll do on the board, and 4 you will try on your own. Be attentive. All of you have written the formulas 10 times. Then in the next lecture, standard deviations, 9 formulas are very important, and generally you don't remember until you write it. So I want everyone, and every year I give that 9 formulas of standard deviation should be written 10 times by Wednesday, and not for relaxed students presently, but you'll write it later on once your exams are over. Okay, but GREMS do write it because they are very important formulas, and otherwise you won't remember them. Now, silence now. Understand the workings first, what we have to make. Xi and Fi is given. See what is asked. The following frequency distribution represents the amount of deposits and the number of depositors in a bank. Find the coefficient of standard deviation. That is asked. So coefficient of standard deviation is S upon X bar. We have to find X bar also and S also. Viraj and Shlok, be attentive. For standard deviation itself and mean also, we require the working Fixi and Fixi square. What workings are required to find the standard deviation? Fixi and Fixi square. Further, I made you write in the note yesterday. How would you find Fixi square? Fixi into Xi. What mistake should not be done? Don't do Fixi whole square. It is only Xi square multiplied with Fi. So Fixi into Xi. So these columns, and write the values of Xi and Fi. Yes, did you all write Xi and Fi? We'll use the memory function so that we don't have to do the totals again. So do it as I am saying. Raise your hand who is still writing with Xi and Fi. Yes, raise your hand who is still writing with Xi and Fi. Shall I proceed further? Yes. Now Fixi means these two are to be multiplied. So put it in the memory. See that on the screen. Is any M display? No. Means the present memory should be empty. Okay. Do it 5 into 2 M plus 10 into 7 M plus 15 into 11 M plus 20 into 15 M plus 25 into 10 M plus 30 into 4 M plus 35 into 1 M plus. Press MR. Do you all get 950? Okay, so Fixi 5 into 2 10, 10 into 7 70, 15 into 11 165, up to 35 into 1 35. Any doubts in this? Now Fixi square means Fixi into Xi means these two are to be multiplied. See that we have a habit of multiplying two close values. So don't do 10 into 2. That's wrong. How do we do Fixi square? Fixi into Xi. Understood this? Anyone still doing up till here? Raise your hand. Press MC and cancel the memory. Press on 2-3 times to ensure it gets cancelled. Now again we'll use the memory. Okay, so do 10 into 5 m plus, 70 into 10 m plus, then 165 into 15 m plus. What does it come to? 2425? 2475. 300 into 20 m plus, 250 into 25 m plus, 120 into 30 m plus, and 35 into 35 m plus. Press MR. Yes. 20,300. Okay, I repeat, how is FIXI square root FIXI into XL? 10 into 550, 70 into 10, 700, 165 into 15, 2475, and so on up to 35 into 35, 1225. Any confusions in this? This is 2, 9, 20, 35, 45 trillion, 50. Total of FI is also required, that is 50. Okay. Now what is asked? Coefficient of standard deviation. So first we will have to find x bar. Then x bar equals to sigma FIXI upon n. Okay, x bar is equal to sigma FIXI upon n. What is sigma FIXI? 950 upon n 50, so 19. N is the total of FI, that is 50. So sigma FIXI 950 upon n 50, that is 90. Any doubts in this? Now we need standard deviation. So standard deviation's formula I made you write. Second formula we will apply. Sigma FIXI square upon n minus sigma FIXI upon n whole square. Okay, I discussed with you that ungrouped and discrete, preferably we will always solve by direct method. Did you understand this portion, everyone? Did everyone write the formula?
Yes.
Shall I proceed with the values?
Yes.
So square root of, see sigma FIXI square is 20,300 divided by n is 50, that is total of FI, minus sigma FIXI is 950 divided by again n is total of FI, that is 50 whole square. Got it, everyone? So square root of, now 20,300 divided by 50 is 406, and 950 divided by 50 is 19 whole square. 406 minus 361, to it 19 into equals to, okay, how do you find the square? You remember 19 into n equals to, do you get 361? All of you? So 45. 406 minus 361, do you all get 45?
6.7.
And square root of 45 is 6.71. Anyone not clear with any of the calculations? Raise your hand. Anyone still doing up till here? Now we require coefficient of standard deviation. So write down coefficient of S is equal to S upon X bar. Okay, coefficient of S is equal to S upon X bar. What is S we obtained? 6.71 upon X bar 19. 0.35. So, did all of you understand how to find it for discrete? For ungrouped and discrete, we will always use direct method, second formula. Okay, but you have to remember all the 9 because some objective questions, other formulas will be used. Therefore, I want you to write all those 9-10 times. Okay. Now, question 5 I am doing on the board, same page, and question 4 you will try on your home. So, look at question number 5. Find the standard deviation of age of persons from the following frequency distribution of 125 persons living in a society. Also find the coefficient of standard deviation. Now it's a continuous frequency distribution. Are the classlets equal or unequal? Equal, so we will use shortcut method. Means understand the workings what we will need. Classes and Fi are given. First we will have to find the mid value, that is xi. Since we do by shortcut method, we will have to find di, which is xi minus a upon c. Then we require Fi di and Fi di square for standard deviation. Okay, what are the workings are required? Mid value xi. From xi we will find di. Then we require Fi di and Fi di square. Got it, everyone? So give these headings and write down the classes and frequencies. Raise your hand who is still writing the classes and frequencies. All have written it? Raise your hand who is still writing the classes and Fi. Now very first we'll find the mid value. 0 plus 10 divided by 2, 5. Now class lengths are equal. And what is the class length? 10. So we'll keep adding 10. So 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. Did you all understand the mid values because class lengths are equal? Any doubts in this? Now suppose we take 35 as our assumed mean, then in front of that you'll write 0. Do you remember this? In front of assumed mean you'll write 0. Above that minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Below that 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, above that minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and below that 1, 2, 3 and 4. Any confusion in this? Now Fi di means these two are to be multiplied. So 15 into minus 3 minus 45. 15 into minus 2 minus 30. 23 into minus 1 minus 23. 22 into 0, 0. 25 into 1, 25, 10 into 2, 20, 5 into 3, 15, 10 into 4, 40. Anyone who did not understand Fi di? All are clear? Again I made you write in the note yesterday. How would you find Fi di square? Fi di into di. Okay, these two will be multiplied. Fi di and di will be multiplied. And minus into minus will become plus. Remember, square is always positive. So whether Fi xi square or Fi di square, this answers will always be positive. Minus 45 into minus 3, minus minus will become plus. So 135, 30 into 2, 60, 23 into 1, 23, 0 into 0, 0, 25 into 1, 25, 20 into 2, 40, 15 into 3, 45, 40 into 4, 160. Any confusion in this? Now we need the total of Fi, that is 125, and Fi di, that is 2, and Fi di square, 488. So anyone having any confusions in this? Complete past of the year. After this one you have to try on your own, okay? Raise your hand who is still doing the working. Completed everyone? Now first we'll find x bar, but by shortcut method, because we have done the workings of shortcut method only. So x bar equals to a plus, do you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Sigma fi upon n into c. Okay, a plus sigma fi upon n into c. Now what is a assumed mean? 35. See, assumed mean we have taken 35 plus sigma fi is 2. Okay, sigma fi is 2 upon n is the total of fi, that is 125, and into class length is 10. Any confusions? Assume mean 35 plus sigma fi 2 upon n 125 and class length is 10. So 35 plus, is it 0.16? So 35.16. Okay, 2 into 10 upon 125 is 0.16. Now standard deviation, shortcut method for continuous. So sigma fi square upon n minus sigma fi upon n whole square outside the square root into c. Okay, square root sigma fi square upon n minus sigma fi upon n whole square and outside the square root into c. Did you all complete up till here? Now see here, square root of sigma fi square is 488. Divide by n is 125 minus sigma fi is 2 upon n is 125 whole square into class length is 10. Now be attentive. Until the final answer, round off everything up till 4 decimals. Final answer 2 decimals. I repeat, until the final answer, take 4 decimals and final answer 2 decimals. Do 488 divided by 125. 3.904. Take all the 3 decimals. Up till 4 decimals, if it is there, then you can take it. Here only 3, so take it as it is. Okay. Do 2 upon 125. 0.16 square into 10. Okay. Otherwise, if more decimals are there, then take up till 4 decimals. Now square root of 3.904 minus 0.0003. After 2, what is the next number? 5. So 2 will become 3. If next digit is 5 or more, then you'll take the higher number. Did you understand this? See, that's why I'm saying how many decimals? Because if you round off to 2 decimals, then it becomes 0 only. 2 decimals, then it becomes 0 only. So take up till 4 decimals. Got it, everyone? That is 3.9037. 3.904 minus 0.0003, 3.9037. Now do the square root and again tell me in 4 decimals. 1.9757 into 10. 19.757. Of this you can round it up to 19.76. Final answer you can take it into decimals. Did you all understand this portion, everyone? So standard deviation is 19.76. Now we require CV. C is coefficient of standard deviation. So write down coefficient of S equals to S upon X bar. S is 19.76. Okay, S is 19.76. X bar is 35.16. 0.56. Coefficient of standard deviation is 0.56. So all are clear with this portion, how to do it?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm discussing question 4 and you'll try it completely on your own. Limited time I'll give you because next one more topic I have to take up today. Look at question 4. Complete it fast, let me leave it. Okay, now be attentive. The information of profits of 50 firms in the last year is given below. Find the standard deviation of profit of firms. You are asked only standard deviation. Coefficient of standard deviation is not asked. Coefficient of standard deviation is not asked, so X bar is also not required. So workings will remain same, but you don't have to find X bar and coefficient. You have to find only standard deviation. Understood this? Solve it on your own. And by short method only do it. Completed? What answer did you get? 12.89. Is it matching from the back? Completing that in the summary, this new point you'll write it. See, 7, 8, 9, 10 is your test schedule. 2:30 to 4:30 will be the time. And Reliance students will be staying up till 5:45. After 4:30, you'll wait for functions. Okay, your chapter 8 in syllabus, so at one time only one chapter can be done. GREMS students, I'll take it up in the regular class only later on. I'll just explain the brief points so that they are able to do in exams. All the important points are covered. You attend functions in the school, it's over. You need extra classes.
Yes, sir. Sir, पढ़ाया तो कोई समझ नहीं आया.
I'll take up few points, then you try the questions and bring the doubts. One period will keep it for doubt session only then.
अमित पूछ लेगा. अमित पूछता है सर.
जिसमें
हाँ.
कहाँ तो अच्छा. So he's not coming. Why is he not coming? Huh? Who are still doing that question? Raise your hand. Completed class. Banshi. Completed. What the answer? Completed class. Directly went to the summary. Now, completed. Now, coefficient of variation. Listen, everyone. It is same as coefficient of standard deviation, S upon X bar. But this thing you express in percentage. So further it is multiplied with 100. Means coefficient of variation CV equals to, what was coefficient of standard deviation? S upon X bar. Same thing if you do express in 100 percentage, it will become into 100. So only additional part. In coefficient of standard deviation, S upon X bar. In coefficient of variation, S upon X bar into 100. Any confusion in this? Means here we got what answer? 0.56. If CV was asked, then it would be 56%. 0.56 into 100, your answer would be 56%. Did everyone understand this? Now this is helpful in decision making. Certain decision making questions will come here. How we will take the decision, understand it? If in the question you have to take decision regarding consistency, reliability, stability and uniformity, नहीं और कुछ नहीं, consistency, reliability, stability and uniformity, then it has inverse relation with CV. Means if two groups CV is given, then whichever group's CV is less, inverse, whichever group's CV is less will be more consistent or reliable or stable or uniform. And whichever group's CV is more will be less consistent, reliable, stable or uniform. Inverse relation. Okay? And if you are asked the decision on variability, that is variation, fluctuation or risk, then it has direct relation. Means, direct relation means whichever group's CV is more variable, fluctuating or risky. Whichever group's CV is less variable, fluctuating and risky. So these four things are inverse relation. Less CV, more consistent. Less CV, more reliable. Less CV, more stable. Less CV, more uniform. And these three things are direct. More CV, more variable. More CV, more fluctuating. More CV, more risky. Understood this portion, everyone? So, write it down. Written this? Look at page 153, exercise 4.5, question 1. Understand it properly, be attentive. First of all, completed. Raise your hand who is still writing this. Completed, Kajal? Now look at page 153, question 1. Price fluctuations of two shares A and B are given below. Which type of share has more relative variation in its price? Now tell me, more variation, is that decision 1 or decision 2? More variation. Variation means variability. So we are asked decision 2. It has direct relation. So out of company A and B share price, whichever we have more CV will have more variability. There is more variation. Okay. All the calculations of company A I will do on the board and company B you will do on your own. So fold the page and get two equal parts. One part will do calculation of A and one part for B. It is ungrouped data. Only observations are given of both the companies. So two workings will be required for each of the company. Observations are given, so we require xi square. Okay, observations are given, so we require xi square. Everything of A I am doing on the board and B you will try on your own. So write the values of observations of A and B both. Yes, did you all write the observations of both A and B?
Yes.
Now do it as I am saying for company A and then B you'll try on your own. So, anyone still writing the values? Completed? Anyone else still writing it? Raise your hand. First of all, see the memory of calculator is empty. No M on the screen. If it is there, then press MC or on 2-3 times. Now do it. 321 into M plus. 103 041. 321 into M plus. Okay, that is into equals to gives you directly the square. Do 322 into M plus. 103684. Do 325 into M plus. 105625. 322 into M plus. 103684. 324 into M plus. 104976. 320 into M plus. 102400. 323 into M plus. 104 329. 316 into M plus. 99 856. 319 into M plus. 101761. 318 into M plus. 10112 press MR. 1030 480. Got it, everyone? Now do it for company B on your own. To that 1000 160 1000 200 okay. Who all have got exercise square? What is the total? 196 510. Who all are able to get this? Now understand it properly. Everything of A only I do on the board. First of all, below this, at the center of the page, we'll write the formula. Formula will write only one time. So first we need x bar. In the center of the page, write on x bar sigma xi upon n. Below that, in the center of the page, write on x bar sigma xi upon n. Now on the left side, means below A's folded part, we'll find x bar of A. See here, sigma xi is 3210. Divide by n is 10, so 321. Now on the right side, find out x bar of B on your own. So formula we will write only one time. Did you understand this? Yes, 1400 upon 10. Do you all get 140? Same way, standard deviation again in the center. We'll write the formula one time. Sigma Fixi square upon n minus sigma Fixi upon n whole square. Sigma Fixi square upon n minus sigma Fixi upon n. I'm sorry, Fi is not there. Cancel Fi. Sigma xi square upon n minus sigma xi upon n whole square. Okay. Left side I am doing it for a. So standard deviation of a equals to square root of. Now see here. Sigma xi square 1030480. 1030480 divided by n is 10. Number of observations are 10. Minus sigma xi 3210. All of you understand this? Upon n is again 10 whole square. Got it everyone? Now 1030480 divided by 10 is 1030480. Okay, 1030480 divided by 10 is 1030480. And this is 321 whole square. So 103,041. 103,048 minus 103,041. Okay, this is 103,048 as it is. 321 square means do 321 into equals to. Do you get 103,041? Difference is 7. 2.65. 103,048 minus 103,041. Do you get 7? Then square root of 7. Do you get 2.65? Now on the right side, find out standard deviation of company B in the same manner on your own. 7.14.
Yes, sir.
Who are able to get 7.14? And who was the finding? Now be attentive. Now we need CV to take the decision. So in the center write down CV equals to silence. CV equals to S upon X bar into 100. Okay, in the center of the page right now, CV equals to S upon X bar into 100. On the left side, I am doing it for A. CV of AC S is 2.65. Are you okay with this? Divided by X bar is 321 multiplied by 100. 0. So into 100 into 2?
Yes, sir.
0.83. After that, don't forget to write percentage. It's always expressed in percentage. Many school teachers are very rigid. That if this last percentage sign you don't write, 0 marks. No marks for all this labor. So don't forget that whenever CV is asked, at the end you must mention the sign of percentage. Okay? Do CV for company B on your own.
5.1.
5.1 percentage, right? That means 7.14 upon 140 into 100. Now what was the decision as which company has more variation? Variation means direct relation. So whosoever CV is more, whose CV is more? So company B has more variation in the price. That we have to write. Okay? So write on this. Thus the shares of company B has more variation because its CV is more. Okay? Look at question 2. No, they are very small questions. Very questions. Look at it, then you tell me how much time it will consume. The daily salary, be attentive now. The daily salary of administrative staff of two companies yielded the following results. So, silence everyone. Write down company A and company B. What do you mean by mean salary? X bar. Write down X bar A is 600 and X bar B is 2100. Then standard deviation means S. SA is 30 and SB is 84. Now what is the question asked? Which company has more underlying stable salary? Is that decision 1 or decision 2? 1. Stability, I made you write in decision 1. Means whosoever's CV is less. So CV equals to S upon X bar into 100. Directly, this formula is only to be applied. Standard deviation and X bar is directly given. So CV of A S30 upon X bar 600 into 100, 5% percent should be written. CV of B S84 upon X bar 2100 into 100, 4%. As I do, it's a very small question. Did you understand this? So which company has more stable salary? B. Whosoever CV is less. Inverse relation. So below that you'll write. Okay, company B has more stable salary because its CV is less. Thus company B has more stable salary because its CV is less. And the last question for today. I said last question for today. It's small as this only. The coefficient of variation of two series are 30% and 25%. Write down series 1, series 2. Now coefficient of variation of two series means write down CV of series 1 is 30%. CV of series 2 is 25%. Further, their standard deviations are 15 and 9 respectively. Standard deviation of series 1 is 15. Standard deviation of series 2 is 9. Find their means. Now see here, CV is known, S is known. So applying this formula, can we find X bar or not? I am doing it for series 1 and you will try on your own for series 2. Let us CV equals to S upon X bar into 100. Okay. Now what is CV? 30. What is S? 15 upon X bar into 100. Replace X bar in 30. X bar will come on the left side, 30 will go on the right side. So X bar equals to 15 upon 30 into 100, that is 50. Mean is 50. Did you understand this? Do it for series 2 on your own. Did you understand this or not? Now this is your homework, and listen everyone. Wednesday you don't have Suketu sir's lecture, so you will directly come at 4:45 and I'll leave you at 6:45 because Wednesday I have to finish whatever is remaining. After that you have the tests.
Yes, sir.
So I cannot take any more lectures. Just 1 minute. Let me finish completely first. Wednesday 4:45 to 6:45. Bring accounts, textbook and notebook with you. Because ledger and posting from cash book, though it will not come in exams, but I have to explain you. And it is always a tendency that if in case I skip any topic, then teacher will definitely ask that. So safer side will take it also. It's a very simple and small one.